Nick Isaacson presents Just the Two of Us.
What makes a hero? Is it someone who risks their life for others? Or is it simply someone who intends to do right when it would be easier to ignore it? Watts did both of these and paid a high price for it. He would not, however, feel very heroic for it.
Oh, be quiet.
Instead, he would find himself regretting his choices and feeling worse than he's ever felt before.
Oh, I said be quiet.
Mr. Wineright, you're awake.
I don't want to be. How do I tell the voice in my head to shut up?
Watts was currently recovering in the hospital. Mr. Pierson secured him a room with the best care he could ask for. The KWG bullet wounds healed within the hour, but he was left with severe blood loss from the cuts, and his fall down the stairs left him in a brief coma.
A coma? How long was I out?
Yes, you've been in a coma, but only for a few days now. Did your powers inform you of your situation?
Yeah, the voice said where I was and that I was in a coma. Wait, a few days? What happened to the gun?
Yes, sometime after we got back to the hotel, we began our research when a man named Noah came to us saying you were in critical condition.
Noah?
Yes, it appears he found you in such a state and called us.
Was he spying on me? The test. I was told I failed the test. I think Noah's a spy.
Whether or not he is, he at least had the heart to let you live.
Why? He works for the boss. What's his game? What happened to the gun?
Yes, Mrs. Atamaguchi is out right now following up on that for the last 2 days. We believe it's back with the seller.
Damn it! I'm sorry, it's my fault. I was such a dumbass. Lady Sybil!
Now, Mr. Wineright. Stay in bed. You're still in bad condition.
No. Lady Sybil, she's dead. I told her I'd come back and fix things.
Yes, Noah informed us about that as well. Arrangements have been made, and she will be taken care of.
I just don't know what to do now. I fucked up again. I keep fucking up. That's my whole life.
Well, I cannot speak on your life, but I can tell you that you are more than your accomplishments. I've met many types of people, and each one of them, regardless of their upbringing, had a special quality inside of them. Do you know what that quality is?
They weren't losers?
They had the courage to try. Much like you did. It doesn't matter if you succeeded or not. What matters is that you had the courage. You felt that drive in your heart, and you tried to follow through.
Well, what about you guys, though? Matt took the gun, so how do we know they haven't sold it already?
We don't know for sure just yet. We'll have to wait on Mrs. Atamaguchi to find that out. But we will still try our hardest to retrieve it if it hasn't fallen into Gambino's hands.
And if it has?
Simply put, we are not prepared for that outcome.
Who are you people?
I'm just a man from Texas trying to do a little good in this world.
He was genuinely being humble, but his answers were still avoiding the question. There was a lot more to this Frederick Pierson than he was letting on. He was able to afford to cover the hospital bills for Watts, and said he took care of everything for Lady Sybil.
You're some kind of rich guy, right? What do you do?
To put it bluntly, I suppose I am. I got my money in oil, Mr. Wineright. Not the most savory business. However, I've since put my money towards better endeavors.
Better endeavors like hunting down guns from the mafia?
I cannot say that I'm a perfect soul. I am human after all. This job is partially because I believe the KWG getting into the wrong hands would have a disastrous effect for everyone. But to be honest, I'm also a collector. And selfishly, I would like to add the KWG to that collection. It just so happens both of those goals align in my eyes.
Pierson was more than just a collector, a philanthropist from his hometown of Delhaven. He has invested into building up his city to be a place where people can go find inclusion and a better life. The items Pierson collected were valuable artifacts that, while in his collection, were protected from people with harmful intentions.
I see. Shouldn't you destroy the gun?
Perhaps, but that wouldn't stop people from seeking it out. The gun is just a tool. The real value is in the special metal it was made from. It's that metal that gives it its power. People would still seek out that metal, and destroying it would mean there's more pieces out there in the world for people to obtain.
How exactly does this all work anyway?
I have a lead. Watts, you're awake.
Unfortunately.
As I was saying, I have a lead.
Wonderful news. Looks like we'll have a third shot at this.
I found out that he is also a power user.
Who? The boss? Who is it?
I suppose we never did disclose our information to you, did we, Mr. Wineright? After you put yourself in harm's way for our goals, I suppose you deserve to be let in on everything.
His identity wasn't easy to obtain. He operates under secrecy in this town. We didn't know who it was when we came to visit this town, but I finally got it. His name is Russell Reeves. And that's not everything either.
Mrs. Atamaguchi was an expert at research and investigation. In another life, she could have been an excellent detective. Her powers can only give out so much information, but it was always something she could use as a launching board.
I also found out that he's a power user, one that I think we can use to our advantage.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
We're getting there. Russell Reeves' secrecy makes sense when you find out his profession. He's an officer for the Greyhawk Police Department.
Wait, Officer Reeves? Officer Reeves? Well, I met that asshole.
You did? When?
That night. He's that asshole cop that pulled up on me when I was looking for the gun.
What happened? What did you tell him?
Nothing. I don't tell cops shit. Well, I said I was on a late night bike ride.
Did he say anything to you at all? Anything weird?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Just normal power trip shit, like saying he can track a lowlife like me a mile away when I said I didn't do anything.
Well, that may not have been an exaggeration after all. His power actually lets him track bad guys.
Watts' mind started to race again. Watts wasn't a good guy, and his moves have been tracked since day one.
Well, I have to go. They could find me here.
Mr. Wineright, I don't think they can. Right, Mrs. Atamaguchi?
Well, that's my thinking.
What do you mean?
Bad and good are pretty subjective terms. I don't think his power works on some karmic scale. I think it really depends on what he thinks.
Well, he said he thinks I'm a lowlife.
But that was when you met him. Now we have the upper hand. He thinks you died acting like some hero, right?
But I'm not dead. Won't he be able to find me still?
But if he thinks you died a hero, then he thinks you're a good guy. So he thinks you're dead because he has no way to track you as a bad guy. We can use that.
Watts still wasn't sure about this logic. There were things that weren't lining up for him. This uncertainty made it hard to argue back, however, because he didn't know what he was missing.
What a gift that has been given to us.
So then, what's next?
Did you discover what the new date of the sale is going to be?
Not yet. I was gonna look into that after I reported back. Just give me a second.
In 2 nights from now, 4 will go under darkness. 6 will be waiting.
Well, 2 nights from now is still a good amount of time.
But where is it happening?
Unfortunately, I have to wait for it to be hungry again before I can get a new answer. Thankfully, we have time, but we should start prepping.
I agree. We shall make our departure now, Mr. Wineright. We will check in on you tomorrow with everything we learn. You should rest for now.
Yeah, I suppose so. Bye. Oh, fuck that. I'm going home. I can't help these people. That piece of shit doesn't think I'm a hero, and I'm useless to these guys. They'll know I'm on my way the whole time. I'm gonna die if I help out. Matt nearly killed me already. But how did they know I knew where the gun would be? And why did they stop at a Dighton's Wisdom for their ambush? Did I mention it to anyone? Noah knew. Oh, Noah, that snake. Oh, I'm so stupid. Of course he works for Reeves. That was the test. He was fucking in on it.
The realization was hitting Watts hard and fast. Everything that was said during their game started swirling in his mind. Lady Seibel, the dead body, the gun that left no wound. The witness Watts was so desperate to find had already done their snitching. They just didn't bring it to the police. They brought their information to Officer Reeves.
Okay, so I think I'm getting this right. Someone shot Carmen. I found her and the gun, and I accidentally shoot myself. I dispose of Carmen's body. The alleyway disappears with the gun. The witness who saw me was the killer? Why didn't I see anyone else around? Well, they saw me, I suppose, and they were working for Reeves. They tell Reeves. He comes around and sees me, but he has no proof nor access to the gun. Reeves then has people out looking for me to see if I was lying or not. I tell Noah too much info. Matt then tests me with Noah and decides I'm just chicken shit. But they still don't know where the gun is. So they ambush me when I discover the location of the gun.
Talking out the series of events let Watts clear his racing mind and would work out a pretty reasonable timeline. But there were just a few things nagging at him still. First, what good does that do him now? They found the gun, and they know who he is and how to find him. Second, why did Noah save him? He's working for Reeves and is why Watts is in this mess to begin with. What more did they have to gain from this? Could it be they want to get to Pierson and a Tamagotchi? What trap was being laid out? Third, did they really think he was dead? If Noah saved him, they would know for sure he was alive. The likelihood they thought he was a hero was very little. The kind of character that Reeves displayed in their meeting showed he thought everyone around him were all lowlifes. To Pierson, Watts displayed signs of being a hero, but to Reeves, Watts was thoroughly a good-for-nothing. Dead or alive.